I'm Suzanne McNeill with Design Originals. I want to show you some of my new Zentangle artwork. These are done with monotypes. And first I'm going to have my friend Junanne, who gave the monotype class, show you how to do monotypes.
Start. And remember I said that this ink I put down Tuesday when I did a demo here. So that's how long I've had this ink out, exposed. So you can, if you work on your start to work on your monotype, and all of a sudden it's 1 in the morning, you're really sleepy, and you say, most of the time you have to finish it, right? Because the ink will dry. You can just say good night, monotype.
And you don't have to put anything in it?
No, no. Wow. No, and I'm just doing very contemporary, okay?
Well, I guess Angie's got them.
Oh.
And there you go.
Anyway, so, and you know, printmakers, all your brayers here, and what I do with my students, and I didn't do it here, is I usually do this, so to tell them that they don't need to bring it all the way down to Dallas, so just take it to about right here. You know, that way you don't. Okay, and that way you have a place to lay your brayer. And now, once you get going, you'll get kind of crazy with it. So let's get some red. And you can kind of mingle some of the colors. You know, it doesn't matter. But if you'll notice now, I'm getting some yellow on there. So maybe I don't want that yellow on there. So I want to clean my brush, my brayer. Okay. Going to Dallas there, getting a little further down. Anyway, and I only have enough brayer, I think 4 brayers each, so you'll probably be cleaning your, so now I think I'll go with a green. And you want to kind of get it going, warm up that ink. Now this is plexi, and it'll give a little bit. If you were in my studio, I have glass. And that doesn't give, so you can get a better roll. But this is a good roll too, you know. But you get a tighter, more even roll if you're on glass.
How thick a glass do you usually have?
I think it's 1/4 of an inch, something like that. And maybe a little bit of give it that, this gives it that border, you know, a little bit of a border there. And also, I might want to do, let's use his stencils I tore. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of stencil. You know, it doesn't have to be a lot. You know, it can be just a little more than that. Let me get a little bit more ink here, guys. You know, and okay, maybe I'll do some mark making. That's one thing about printmaking, is they'll do a lot of mark making, which is, you know, it's a lot of fun doing a lot of mark making. So get a little red. Okay, now what I might do is add just, do what?
My granddaughters would love to do that.
Oh, kids, listen, let me
When I
tell
go
you.
up there to them, they go, can we have an art class?
Yeah, whenever I work with kids, and I mean from 4th grade to high school, but even the 4th graders.
We'll have a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old, and for the last several years, when they come and stay with me in the summer, or I go up there with them, they go, can we have an art class? And I go, yeah.
Anyway, they make it, what I was going to say is their art is tremendous. I mean, it's like they have no inhibitions or anything.
I said, don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is wrong, because it's not. It's you. And
There's
there's
no
no
right.
inhibition or anything.
I think I'm going to do before I get started with that, I'm going to take some out and add another color.
Oh, I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I know. But I'm going to rough it up here and there, you know, so just a little bit. and put another color here. If y'all notice that I've got gloves back there, but if you notice, I don't wear them.
I brought
were
some.
just
I brought some
discussing
with. I
that.
brought some with me because I was so bad about getting all over.
I just,
And I usually
and,
just
and
take
you
my
really
hand.
have to be careful because in printmaking, you're going to transfer this with your clean
Yeah,
paper, and that's all you get, girls. No, no, there's more to buy. No, but you don't. You want to make sure your hands before you get
Yeah.
your paper. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
You know, so because even just a tad will transfer. I'm just going to kind of go like that.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been printmaking. Probably about 8 years, because I've been a painter most of the time.
And when you say paint, of what medium?
Acrylic. I like things that dry in midair.
Yeah, yes, yeah, you and me. I used to do oils for a long time. Then when
I did
got into-
oils, but oils just ate my allergies up, but I liked it because I could work on it and work on it and
Not
work on it.
me,
You know?
I like things that dry. When I got
Yeah.
water media, I found
I'm
my
trying.
passion.
I'm trying watercolor, and watercolor just eats my lunch.
Does
I
it?
love things.
But I love
love what she
watercolor.
said. When things dry in midair, that I've got to remember that.
But
I like.
I've gotten where I love acrylic stuff now.
I've gotten to where I really like the Akuas because you can just keep playing and like I say, if you get tired, you can go, go to bed or watch a movie or whatever and come back to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a stamp, and I think that's over here. I'm just going to use this rubber stamp. Let's go across here
Oh, that's cool.
Neato.
and here. And it's not going to be straight, so you... Anyway, so there, and then, this is what I mean by once you ink up your plate, then you can just sit here with your at your table and do all kinds of things to it before you go print.
Super.
I like this. It looks like a piece of ladder.
Yeah, I recognize that in your prints.
Did you? Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll do a green.
Oh,
Then what's fun is it's on here.
gosh.
It's on here, so maybe I'll do a little thing over there.
Where'd you get that? That is cool.
It
That is
just
so cool.
I didn't study very hard to get it. No.
That
It's
is-
called playing with Akua.
That's the neatest stamp. I mean, gosh.
That is neat.
But anyway, so that's, oh yeah, and look what she brought. She brought this little square thing, but I wouldn't want to use all of it. You want to cut a little piece off, or do you not want to cut it?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's
fine.
just bottom to
How
play
about,
with.
how about I do, what, a little red thing over here? What do you think? Let's see what that does.
This is too neat.
Yes.
Oops. Oh, I bet the ink is not going to transfer. It's just too big to handle, I think.
Well, you need something heavy.
You might. I was gonna say you may get a braille for that.
No,
thing,
you just,
could
let's
press
see
on
what it did. Did it do anything? It made some little dots there. You just don't see them. See them? They're real light.
Might be better for subtractive.
Yeah. But, yeah, or to put on afterwards or something maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's try a little bit of alcohol. We'll take a drink and then put some.
There you go.
And you want to be really careful because it only takes a drop. I mean, sometimes people just squeeze this, and
Oh, yeah.
what it does is it opens up. You know, it does the same thing with
Like
watercolors.
acrylic.
Yeah, it'll open it up, and if you get a bunch, then you
Right.
have this huge open
Right.
space.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a little here, maybe here.
So a mister would be super.
Yeah, I've got some sprays, but sometimes I just do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I even got enough in there at all. But, again, I have to put my glasses on.
The colors look so good in there.
Oh, it does.
It's starting to crawl a little bit.
love
See?
Yeah.
So you can see.
Oh yeah.
And you don't want to overdo anything because you got so much going on in here. And, at this point, I don't have my little stick. Excuse me.
Yeah, because there didn't feel like there was one side or.
And I put it there and hold it right here with your hand and then let it drop. Then press here so it sticks, kind of makes its little, and then you want to put this over it cat hair. Her granddaughter brought a cat home. And this, it's just, I don't know what it is. Stuff that people gave me. But it's to keep it from sliding, okay? And you hold the pen press like this, okay? And if you've not held a pen press, hold on to it. Anyway, when you go to print, with the pen press is you use your upper body weight. Don't use your arms, you're not going to get enough pressure. You need to lean into it, start in the middle of your plate, and lean into it and go forward, bring it up, lean into it and bring it back. And you do this about 3 times. Lean into it, because you're the press. You're the weight of the press. And I got the weight.
So the paper's not moving on you at all?
No, if you bump it this way, it will. It shouldn't be moving. Is that 3 times? Then you have to walk around, you know. You don't want to do this because your weight isn't distributed evenly. And then you want to go the same thing here. Lean into it. I may need to bring that over some. Okay. Put that down. If that hits your toe, it really hurts.
It does.
And if you're working, like if you have this clamped on here, you can just raise your monoprint up and work on the plate again and lay it back down if there's something you want to do. Wow. And it'll pick up this ink, whatever you're doing.
Wow.
Okay.
That's cool.
So that's kind of, you know, and if you had, it would be still.
So I finished my monotypes in a 2-day class. I was able to do about 20 of them, and everyone's a little bit different. So I'm going to start demoing on this one, and then I'll show you some of the other pieces. So this was my monotype, and I specifically left white areas in it so that I could do my favorite Zentangle. So I have 3 micron pens. I have a 1, I have an 03, and an 01. And I'll try to tell you why I like those 3 different sizes for this. So I have the white area here, and in my mind I sort of like repeating this face. And I love the way its hair is. I actually cut the stencil for the face myself out of just a little piece of scrap paper. And now I'm going to, you can see I'm repeating the hair pattern, or a replica of the hair pattern. And that'll give it some interest and pull the design through. I'm not using a pencil or anything here. I guess you could if you were really particular. But I sort of like the imperfect look. And then I'm going to look down here at the mouth. And you can see that I'm just sort of repeating that on this side. And I'd like for him or her to have some lips. A little bit of a nose. And now I'm going to work on the eye. And I'm basically just repeating a similar shape to the one that's over here. I don't know about you, but I'm not perfect, so I'm not worried about my artwork being totally perfect. I like for it to have some pizzazz to it. And now I think I'm going to run a Zentangle design across here. And I'm going to do a little, what I call a border. Just going to do a real simple pattern here. Just keep working on that. And now I'm going to, at the top, I really should have changed to my 01 pen. I like that 03 for the outlines. And this is done on Arch's 88 printmaking paper because that's what we use to do the monotypes. And if you're already a dedicated Zentangler, you'll know that the 01 pen makes a thicker line on this type of paper than it does on the standard Zentangle tiles. And I'm going to color this in. And then for the next part, I'm just going to go here. Sort of repeat those mountain peaks. Need an extra one here. I think it would look really nice and be really simple. Just run little dots along this band here. I've always loved masks. African masks can be so beautiful. It's amazing the cultures all around the world where masks are a popular indigenous work of art. And they actually use them in their dances. Now I'm forming a rather largish grid. Grids are one of my favorite Zentangle patterns because I can do so many things with them. This time I'm going to make 2 half corners here. I'm going to do that in every square. Just keep repeating that sequence. So I'm almost through with this part of the face. I just love doing the monotypes. If you watch the video on YouTube, you can see how simple it was. And with the new pen press, it was really easy to make our paints move. And now I'm going to come up here and repeat. I think I'm just going to do dots all over the top of his face. Actually, this sort of looks like electric wires when I'm finished with it. So I'm just sprinkling dots sort of randomly across the area. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to connect those dots. So you can see how it looks sort of like an electric circuit board or maybe some DNA, some of those advanced biology and chemistry configurations. I'm just keeping on going, connecting these one to another to form a really interesting pattern. So really nice. And then on the hair, I'm just going to show you how I start the hair, and then I'll show you another one that's actually finished. So on the hair, what I want to do is I actually want to, on this one at least, put a different pattern in each strand of hair. So maybe I'll do stripes there, maybe I'll do X's. I'm not going to do X's here. I'm going to do repeat my mountains, and then this one I can easily put X's in. So I like to outline with the 03 pen. I like to make my small lines with the 01. And then this is a graphic one. This is a thicker pen. This is what I like to use to fill in my dark spaces. Puts out a lot more ink and works really quickly. Fill in those areas. I like a lot of black work on mine. So, fill in the centers of my X's here. Just really makes it show up well when you add a lot of black, especially with these monoprints or monotypes, because the color is so strong. You want to be sure your design is just as strong. And then you might see that I have some spaces here. So what I did is I just took my colored pencil set and I was able to choose a similar color, and I can just sort of fill those areas in I like just a little white halo around my design, but I don't like large areas of white. And with these Prismacolor pencils, you can actually mix the colors to get the color that you need. If it's a little bit too light or too dark, or you can go to solid red. You can even go right over the ink here and change the color of that without being apparent. So this was so much fun. I want to do some more of these. And here's a finished one. Let me show you this finished one. So here's the mask, the face that I finished. And I went around the little swirl. And then anywhere I had a little white area, I went in and added just a little tiny tangle pattern to pull the eye through. And I'm going to show you just a few more. Here are the birds in the forest. This is daybreak right here. So the bird, the leaves, made wonderful patterns areas. Here was an owl. And I really liked the black area as opposed to the white area. I thought that added a good variation. Butterflies, dragonflies, and I love the hands. That was one of the first ones I did. And I just had a few little white areas, but I thought it added a really nice touch and made them a little bit unusual. So I hope you enjoy your Zentangle.